I'm back with Terraria, part 11. Let's get to it. I needed something to do, so I decided to do the angler's quests that just want me to catch a bunch of fish. He wanted a wyvern tail, but I thought he wanted an actual tail of a wyvern, like from the dragons. But it turns out it's just a fish that you catch on Sky Islands, and to catch the fish you need bait. And I didn't know how to get bait yet, so I just killed a wyvern and forgot about the quest. That night, there was a strange message in my feed telling me it is going to be a terrible night. Apparently, after destroying a Crimson Altar, every night has a 10% chance for the twins to spawn naturally. And lo and behold, 3 minutes later, I got maybe a fifth of its health before I died, which is more than I got last time when my game crashed, but I learned more about how the twins acted. Both of them shot projectiles at me, and I definitely need to get better ranged weapons if I wanted to kill them. I wanted to get stronger armor, so I went mining for the umpteenth time, and while I was down there, I found an accessory called the Lava Charm. As I usually do, I looked up what I could do with the charm, and I can apparently use it in this giant crafting tree to make these lava walkers from a molten charm, and eventually turn them into the terraspark boots, which are some of the best boots in the game. But to get them, I needed to make my Spectre boots into lightning boots, and I needed an anklet of the wind, which is somewhere in the forest, and I found one, but I'm pretty sure I sold it a while ago. Also, if you were wondering, the crafting tree looks like this. First things first, though, I had to make a molten charm to make into the lava walkers. And while I was looking for stuff for that, I found another villager. It was some kind of hairstylist. I don't really know or really care because it didn't sell anything useful. After getting a pickaxe upgrade, I tried to fight the destroyer again, but with all, I just can't dodge all the freaking lasers it shoots at me, and I got about a ninth of its health before I died. While I was looking for a cave to find the aglet of the wind in, I found something, a new ore called chlorophyte, and apparently, even with my 180% pickaxe power and my pickaxe, I still could not mine. Turns out that to mine it, you need a pickaxe axe that is made from a bunch of parts of the bosses that I haven't killed yet. So I guess I'll just have to stick with Admonite for now. When I returned to my town, pirates started to raid it. So I get an excuse to talk like this for the rest of it.
I was slicing scallywags left and right till a ship appeared in the sky. It's we, the Flying Dutchman. I flew into the sky, slicing it to bits, and stole the cutlass from the ashy wooden scraps. Using the cutlass, I did away with all the pirates that dared step on me turf. After doing away with all of them, I got myself an achievement. Walked the plank. Yar!
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Anyways, after that, I started working on getting the lava walkers again. The first set of boots to get the terraspark boots. I already had most of the ingredients. I had the molten charm. All I needed was another obsidian skull and water walking boots. Water walking boots are found in either seaside crates found by fishing in the ocean, as in the edge of the map, or in ocean chests. I searched the chests but didn't find anything, so I had to fish it up. But to fish it up, I need bait. Forgetting about that for a second, I found that I had another gelatin crystal so I could fight Queen Slime again. I was putting away stuff and just randomly managed to find some light shards. And combining them with a couple other things, I made an upgraded weapon called the Tao of Pow. That night, I used the gelatin crystal and hoped to finally kill the Queen Slime with my new Tao of Pow. Anyways, the fight goes on, whack, 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 pew, 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 bang, bang. I got about a third of her health and was almost dead. And then this happened. After feeling very trolled, I upgraded my helmet and made some obsidian. I combined the obsidian to make an obsidian skull and made that into a molten necklace with my lava charm. I had the molten necklace and I had the obsidian rose, which was the other thing I needed. So, yet again, I needed the water walking boots. I learned how to get bait, and all I needed to do was pretty much make a bug net and just whack grass and I get bait. After catching a bunch of random bugs, I went fishing and didn't get the crate I needed. On the wiki, it says that it has a 10% chance to get a crate, but to me, I haven't gotten a single one yet. Anyways, I decided to do the angler's quest to get gear to increase my fishing luck. But he gave me a quest to catch a legendary fish in the forest, and with all the monsters there and unlikely chances, it just wasn't happening. I got tired of having to walk to the edge of the map to get the fish I needed, so I moved two of my NPCs over there. Apparently, one of them has a chance to sell me the ocean pylon, but they didn't sell it yet. I don't know if they have to move over there or they have to do something. I don't know, but it didn't work yet. I stocked up and got 14 bait and I fished, and I still did not get a single seaside crate. While I waited for him to sell the pylon, I tried making this pillar to hopefully be able to glide most of the way there, but I just kept getting attacked by the flying creatures. After that failed, I found Queen Slime yet again. I actually did pretty well, so well that I got to her second phase where she decides to grow wings. I honestly think this phase is a lot easier because I'm not running on the ground all the time. I got her pretty low, but I barely didn't beat her. I went on another fishing expedition, and one of the villagers that I moved to the ocean decided to sell me the ocean pylon. So how it works is it lets me teleport to any other pylon as long as there's a couple villagers nearby. So that forest pylon I bought about half the game ago will finally be useful. I kept thinking about how I could help myself beat the bosses easier, so I decided to get my arena a little upgrade via these little heart lanterns that stack with the campfires that I already had there, and hopefully these all boost my regen and I'll finally be able to kill one of the bosses. I forgot where, but I found a bewitching table that allowed me to summon more helpers like Abigail that'll attack enemies around me. I looked into what summon weapons I could make and found a one that summoned spiders. Before I went after that, I found an untortured soul in the underworld. I'd gotten a tip from the guide to try and throw purification powder at one, and it turned into a villager with one of the most evil powers in the entire game. The power of taxes! He's basically just a source of passive income. Anyways, after that, I found the spider cave and did some minor exterminating. And boom, I had the spider one. It was actually a decent source of damage. While I was searching my chest, I found that Eternia crystal thing again. I could never figure out how to make it work, so I decided to do that. It said I needed a large, flat, open area, so I attached a giant platform in my dirt pillar. I didn't even know what it did. Turns out it summons an entire army to attack it. The enemies weren't even hard, so I just plowed through them with my Tao of Pow. After killing all the waves, it let out this giant pulse of white light, and it gave me a couple of defender medals. It also dropped a war table that allowed me to place extra turrets. Turrets are just another kind of summoning weapon, so I decided to use those defender medals to get a ballista rod that allowed me to place these giant crossbows that are hopefully going to be useful. I feel like part of the reason I wasn't beating the bosses, other than me just being bad, is that I couldn't really move around that easily, and I was kind of stuck in this small, cramped area. So I decided to expand my arena. I broke in the new arena with a fight against Skeletron Prime again. I did a lot better than last time, but still pretty bad. I kept on having trouble picking what accessories to have, so I went back to trying to make the Lava Wanderers. I went fishing again, but I did upgrade my rod to the Mechanics Rod, which is a lot better. Now, does this mean I caught the crate I needed? No, obviously not. I got tired of standing in one spot all the time, so I finally decided to use my stockpile of Spelunker potions to finally get enough Adamite to get a full set of armor. I only had the chest plate left, so after I crafted that, I had a total of 50 defense, which is a lot better than my previous 37 defense from Mithril armor. Also, when I take off my vanity items, you can see this cool pulse thing that it does when you have the full set. Looks cool, but I like my lab coat. Next, I went to the underground forest. To explain why, I'm gonna explain all this crafting stuff that's been a little confusing, so hold on. To get the terraspark boots, I need to make the lava wanders. To make the lava wanders, I need a molten charm, obsidian rose, both of which I already have, and water walking boots. That's what I've been fishing for. However, even if I get those, I still need to make the frostspark boots, which are made from ice skates that spawn naturally, and lightning boots. Still with me? Didn't think so. Anyways, to get the lightning boots, I need the aglet and specter boots, both of which I have. And lastly, I need an anklet of the wind that spawns in the underground forest, where I am now. But for some reason, I looked everywhere I could and couldn't find a single one. Why did this always happen with the stuff I needed? It was just like it wasn't in my Oh, there's one. And it only took 40 minutes. After returning home and retrieving the aglet from my chest, I had the lightning boots. So now I only had a little bit longer before I could get the terraspark boots, I thought. Since I didn't want to go fishing again, I decided to work on getting the ice skates for the frostspark boots. Unfortunately, I dug up about half of the underground tundra and didn't find anything. I did find another special enemy named Tim. Killing him got me an achievement. There are some who call him. He just dropped a wizard hat and not much else. I think there's a movie reference I'm not getting, but I don't know. Not too long after I returned home, there was a solar eclipse. Basically, it's a blood moon, except with way harder enemies, and it lasts a whole day. There were vampires, werewolves, ghosts, swamp monsters. It was like the world's deadliest Halloween party. I did get to try out this icicle scythe thing that I got from the tundra, but most of the enemies could kill me in 2 hits. Skipping ahead a little bit, look, I got an achievement! The next night, the twins attacked again, and I wasn't expecting to kill them, but I did want to see how good I was with my new arena, my new stuff, and all that. I hadn't even seen their second phases yet. Their second phases are when the green one decides to just start breathing fire out of nowhere, and the red one turns into a laser gun. To my surprise, I actually managed to kill both the twins. They dropped some hollowed bars and souls of sight. I didn't know what I was going to use the hollowed bars for yet, and the souls of sight I wanted to save so I could make the true Knight's Edge, but that's another boss defeated. After that, I went back to try and get the ice skates. I dug up even more of the tundra, and I just couldn't find them. On the wiki, it says you have a 15% chance to find them in each chest, but I definitely searched at least 15 chests, so either that's wrong or I have incredibly bad luck. Probably the second one. Between that and trying to fish up a seaside crate, I was getting really bored, but I did end up doing one of the angler's quests, and he gave me some really good bait and a few fishing potions. I was in the mood to finally kill Queen Slime, so before I used those potions, I went down to the cave to harvest some gelatin crystals. I thought I could do this with my new arena, pets, and ballistas, so I summoned her again. Thanks to my big arena, I was able to run farther and evade her flying phase easier. I was able to get her super low. So did I defeat her? Well... I died just a few moments before she did. Thankfully, my summons finished her off and I got an achievement, just desserts. The things she dropped included a flying slime mount, a hood, balloons, a teleporting grappling hook, and a few greater health potions. They were all pretty good, except for the balloons. With a renewed sense of hope, I went fishing again and used the best bait the angler gave me. I used some fishing potions, and with all that, finally... Yeah! After so long, I finally had water walking boots, and with the water walking boots, I could finally make the lava wanderers. Now I had lava resistance, it could walk on any liquid. The only thing I had left before I got the terraspark boots was the ice skates. I searched even more, and didn't find any once again. That's all for this video. Sorry it took so long, I just wanted to make sure there was something interesting happening before I made a video. Hope to see you soon, and subscribe if you want to see more. Bye now.